Preparations are currently underway for a fun camping trip this weekend. Getting out all the gear and starting to check the list, making sure we have everything that we need. Just wanted to show what's on the floor so far. Going to Tennessee for the weekend. Definitely be experiencing some colder temperatures. Really excited to head up to some cooler climates and see the mountains again. Here is the sleeping group. We have here our 2 sleeping pads. So I have one for myself, one for my daughter. I'm also bringing my Nemo switchback pad because we will be cold weather camping, and just some extra insulation from the ground I'm going to give to her. The next item that we have here is our tent. This is a 3-person tent by Beg Agnes. This is one that I take backpacking. It is technically a backpacking tent. It works great for 2 people, and I will continue to use it. 2 sleeping bags. I'm bringing her my warmer bag that I had on Rainier, and then I will be using still a Mountain Hardwear bag. It's a Bishop Pass, but it's the less cold weather rated version of it, I believe. And then lastly, 2 blankets. Again, we're car camping, bring all the cozies. And on that note, pillows. So a pillow for her and a pillow for me. Gonna be comfy in the tent. And then I take all of that and I put them into the original bags that the sleeping bags came in. And then I just slide them into the car. So this one has the soft goods, blankets, pillows, sleeping bags. This one has everything else, the tent, the sleeping pads. One thing I'm not showing yet is our footprint/tarp, our mat. So those are in the garage. Another set of items are some camp and hiking specific items. So I'll carry my REI Trail 25 day pack for all of our hikes. We've got 2 Nalgene's, a pair of hiking poles. Each of us has a pair of hiking shoes, and I have some very comfy camp booties, and my daughter has some very cute and warm slippers. Few other campsite specific items are our 2 chairs. So these are the Camp X chair from REI. They're great. They have cup holders. They fold up and they have their own travel bag with a handle, which is great. We're going to be trying out this REI camp roll table for the first time. I set it up inside and it's really nice. So this will be our first time having an additional table in addition to the picnic table that will be at the campsite. Same thing, it comes with its own bag and its own handle. And then this is the mat that I put, at the entryway to the tent. It folds out pretty big and it's weatherproof on the bottom. It's just a Coleman blanket I got years and years and years ago. It's great to keep the dirt out of your tent. And then lastly, this is a very old tarp, but this is what I use as the footprint of our tent that always comes with on any trip. This is the gear that will go on the trip. Listen, I know we're car camping and we have bags that we can pack stuff in, but I will say I still try to be pretty minimal when it comes to clothing and not packing multiple outfits for multiple days. Obviously, I'm not showing underwear and other undergarments here besides base layers, but this is a short trip. We can wear the same outfit twice. All right, so to start, she and I both have a puffy layer. So I've got one here. This is hers. In addition to that, we're taking rain jackets always, especially in the Smokies, because drizzle is very common. We also have a fleece layer. So this is hers, and I also have a middleweight layer. Each of us has a beanie and gloves, wool socks for us each, and then a buff in case our faces get cold. As mentioned, we each have a set of base layers. This will be what we wear to bed, basically. We likely won't be wearing these under our clothes. If she's cold and wants to wear hers under, especially the pants, absolutely. That's why we're bringing them. But we also do have a hiking outfit. So I've got a long sleeve dry fit shirt and hiking pants, and same for her. This is a little bit of a thicker dry fit for her with her hiking pants. So yeah, I think we did good. We may throw in a couple extra comfies for the campsite, but ultimately this is what what our clothing assortment looks like. And so each of us will have a bag that we can easily access to get out our clothing and all of our gear. Nice and organized. This is what I like to call our bin of fun. So this bin houses a lot of our camping supplies, and I'll go through it in just a second. But in addition to the bin, we take our big portable power bank. I bought this for hurricanes, to be honest, but it's also great for camping. And excuse me, honestly, it's a bit of overkill for our needs. We probably can get by with the smaller portable power bank, but we own it. Why not take it and use the power? And then the other little small item over here is just my toiletry kit. So, it houses all of our toiletries, medicines, toothbrushes, face wash, stuff like that. I highly recommend getting something like this with a hook, as most of the bathrooms at campsites have some sort of place that you can hang it. Counter space is always very sparse in those bathrooms, so I personally like to hang it just from like a hygiene standpoint, and it's a lot easier to access all these compartments. And then don't forget a washcloth. It's nice to have something for your face or for your hands or both in the bathroom. Here are all the contents of that bin exploded out onto the floor. So I'll start over here. Got like scissors, lighters, knife, wipes, things like that, disinfectant. I've got headlamps, cords, power bank, multi-tool. I've got a bag of batteries. I've got some card games in here and some small little things. Twinkle lights that will go in the tent. This is another first aid kit. I have another one over there, but this one has like Band-Aids, moleskin, just a lot more stuff that I've collected over the years. Trash bag, I'll probably pack a couple of these. Always good to have a rope. You never know what you might need to hang up. Foil for the campfire if we decide to go that route. We have an axe if I need our baton some wood. Binoculars, because you might see some wildlife, especially birds. Coming back over here, always got to have duct tape, just, take a little bit with you. This is the camp stove that we're going to be using, and I believe it's inside of this pot. So this is my handy dandy backpacking setup. This is my MSR pocket rocket. So this is what we will set, atop the fuel here. And this is my pot that will cook. It's the titanium pot. And my fuel, Jetboil fuel. We have our camp cups, camp mugs. These are always fun to use. This is a new item. I haven't tried it yet, but this is the Stanley pour over coffee system. So I packed some grounds of coffee. Really excited to give that a try. Oops, there's some soap in here that probably could go in another kit. But yeah, little bars of soap, always good to have. We've got a microfiber towel that we'll use to, clean things out. Paper towels, always a must. I've got 2 lanterns here. Hammock. Love having a hammock at the campsite. Exploding kittens, going back to the games. So much fun to play. Over here, I've got some stuff for a campfire. I've actually got the firewood outside, but these are just some extra things that I've collected to help get the fire lit. I've got, a little fire helper there, depending on the conditions. A couple bowls and forks and spoons. These will be for our s'mores and hot dogs. These are those telescoping prongs. This is my insulated mug that I can take, on the go or just drink out of. Gotta have toilet paper, sunscreen, sanitizer, Clorox wipes, bug spray, bug wipes. I've got a little broom and dustpan for the tent. This is the tablecloth that will go on our picnic table. And then lastly, just a little bag. I try to organize things as best I can, but this is what we can take inside the tent. So it's got like a brush, eye mask, earplugs, wipes, things like that. Things that we just might want to have handy with us in the tent. Essentially, that's what we have here. It's a lot of stuff. It fits really well, but these are what I consider like essential items. So there you have it. Very important item is our cooler. Right now I have some ice in it so that it can pre-cool, but we will pack all of our perishable food items in here for our campsite. Also drinks and things like that. All the stuff that we want to keep cold. Food is obviously highly personal, but a few of the things that we tend to always bring are items that we can put with water. So I'll boil water and then we can have some noodles, some rice. This is the backpacker in me here. I always bring some tuna just in case, a nice little snack. You can always put it with some bread, make a sandwich. In addition to this, we will be doing hot dogs. It's something that my daughter loves to do. So we'll cook hot dogs over the fire, and I have some buns over here that we'll take, hot dog buns. So we'll have a nice hot meal. On top of that, coffee, tea, hot chocolate always, and a s'mores kit. So I always put some graham crackers, marshmallows, and chocolate in a little container. That way we can make s'mores. I'll also have oatmeal in the morning, these little packs of peanut butter that I can throw in. My daughter is very partial to what we call camping muffins. So I bought her an assortment of muffins that she can have, some other things that we'll take, just to snack on and on hikes, or Pop-Tarts. So, not the most healthy items, I would say, but, it's camping, whatever. And then again, for hiking, so we'll have some snacks, protein bars, things like that on the hike. We usually take chips, but she just got some orthodontic work, so she's not allowed to have chips or chewy candy. So I don't want to be eating chips in front of her, so we're not bringing chips on this trip. I'll also be making some turkey sandwiches with this bread that I'll pack tonight and put in plastic bags. That way we have some sandwiches ready that I will throw in the cooler, and we can have them for hikes, or if that's what we want for dinner, we can have it. So again, just like an assortment, a variety of things that can be brought to a boil with hot water. And I do have in our other bin, I have bowls, we have mugs, so I have things to put this stuff in. But I would say if I leave the house without the hot chocolate and the s'mores, we're in trouble. Also fruit, you're not seeing that here, but we will be taking some apples, possibly these bananas if they don't turn any browner than that. Really just a mixture of stuff. And then maybe some little cheeses and LaCroix from the fridge. So some fun things that we can throw in the cooler. Okay, I felt bad just showing the snacks. These are still snacks. Obviously, this is stuff that's coming from the fridge, but these are the hot dogs that we'll be cooking. We will also have some turkey sandwiches that I'll make tonight to have them ready. These baby bills are great. I would love to eat them. They're easy to throw, in a bag for a hike as well. A couple apples. I will put some strawberries and blueberries in a container, and then we'll have some fresh cut carrots and hummus as well. Some turkey and cheese sandwiches that I've prepared, and some fresh fruit that I washed. Join us in the next video where we will be going over setting up our campsite and getting ready for a weekend adventure in Tennessee.